Today's question is, why are some people so passionate about avoiding GMO foods? Are you? And first of all, GMO stands for genetically modified organism. So GMO foods are crops that have been genetically modified. And the quick answer is, the reason people are so passionate about avoiding GMO foods is the Roundup weed killer. And yes, I am passionate about avoiding them for myself. But here's the long answer. Many people think the main argument against eating genetically modified foods, GMOs, is a general concern about altering DNA, interfering with nature, or making Franken-foods. But that's not really it. What many people don't realize is that a main use of genetic modification is to make crops that are able to withstand a very strong herbicide called Roundup. These genetic modifications allow farmers to spray large quantities of this super strength herbicide to kill nearly everything but the GMO crop that they want to grow. It makes for efficient farming, and because of this, Roundup has enormous use worldwide. So, what's the problem? There are several concerns with differing levels of scientific evidence and controversy surrounding them, but here are a few of the concerns that resonate most with me. Number one, quote, safe, unquote, levels of Roundup were determined based on safe levels of its active ingredient, glyphosate. The safety tests did not take into account the rest of the ingredients in Roundup, some of which enhance uptake of glyphosate. In effect, the safety studies were not measuring the true strength of exposure or the true toxicity. Our online article links to a short video from our friends at nutritionfacts.org reviewing the evidence on this. Number two, glyphosate is a patented antibiotic, so there is concern that it kills beneficial microbes in soil, in our guts, and in our entire microbiomes. According to experts like Dr. Zach Bush, without a diversity of microbes, the soil does not properly regenerate nutrients, is not hospitable to the many organisms, for example worms, that make the ecosystem sustainable, and eventually may throw off the entire food chain. As one example, recent research suggests that glyphosate may be harming bees worldwide by killing their gut microbiomes. Number three, glyphosate has been shown to break down our gut barriers. Dr. Zach Bush's team has published magnified images of gut barriers breaking down within minutes of exposure to glyphosate. You may recall from previous blog posts that gut barrier function is supremely important to overall health, and especially relevant to inflammation and autoimmunity, because it determines how much of our intestinal contents enter the bloodstream. If the intestinal barrier can't keep out unwanted substances from the bloodstream, then the immune system may go into overdrive. Via this mechanism, researchers have hypothesized that glyphosate causes inflammation and can contribute to a wide range of modern health problems. And again, our article online links to those articles. Number four, glyphosate has been named a probable human carcinogen by the IARC, which is the International Agency for Research on Cancer, which is the World Health Organization's cancer research arm. Number five, we are finding glyphosate in alarmingly high levels in rainwater, drinking water, and breast milk. We link to a report by Moms Across America detailing their findings and their concerns, which are many. Number six, court cases have revealed that Monsanto, the maker of Roundup, has credibly been accused of ghostwriting favorable articles, influencing government regulatory agencies, and so much other bad behavior that it fills entire books. A recent award-winning book by an investigative journalist is called The Monsanto Papers, Deadly Secrets, Corporate Corruption, and One Man's Search for Justice. One reviewer wrote, "Readers will be astounded by the depth of corruption uncovered." So, if you're like me and want to err on the safe side, then buying organic foods is the best way to avoid glyphosate. If that's too expensive, you can avoid the highest glyphosate foods by avoiding GMO corn or soybeans, or animal foods that were raised on GMO corn or soybeans, such as factory farmed beef. Foods containing oats have also been shown to have higher levels because glyphosate is often sprayed on as a desiccant. This is a highly controversial subject, and some people feel that foods, companies, and chemicals should be assumed innocent until proven guilty. And I agree with that for people, but certainly not for chemicals that I'm going to put in my body, especially when it's already struggling with autoimmunity. So that's why I indeed am passionate about avoiding GMO foods.